I felt a lot. There were no symptoms at all, not the common symptoms like night sweats, fatigue, pain, or anything like that. So followed along, went to the doctor. They immediately requested a CT scan. And the next day, I got a call and they said, you need to come in. We have some news for you. And I already knew that it was not going to be something fun. So I went to the doctor's office and she diagnosed me with stage 3 lymphoma. It took a minute to cry my eyes out, but it was literally 1 minute and immediately I knew what I needed to do. So I didn't really give her an option to tell me what her recommendations were. I actually told her, look, thank you very much for the test, for the results. I think I know the route which I'm going to take. And she was a little surprised and a little bothered by my response. And she was trying to persuade me from going the natural route. She said that there were a lot of people who were really not founded in their findings and their protocols, and that she was afraid that I was going to follow into a path where I was not going to be healed, that I was going to get worse. But I had something inside of me that was very strong, and I just felt like that was the perfect route for me and the best solution for me specifically. My mom was a vegetarian since she was 18 because she had personal health issues as well, and she went to a homeopathic doctor who recommended her not to eat meat. And since she's 18, she's been vegetarian, so she raised my sister and I vegetarian. My dad would eat meat, so sometimes we would eat meat at home, but it was minimum. And then in 2012, I had issues with allergies, and I was trying to eliminate all the dairy because I was eating dairy as a vegetarian. And I went to see Dr. Klaper when he was working at True North Health. He recommended for me to eliminate all the dairy from my diet so that I could do better with my allergies. So when I was diagnosed, that's who I thought of immediately. When the other doctor gave me the diagnosis, I immediately thought I was going to call Dr. Klaper, and which I did. When I got home, I called him and I let him know. I shared my diagnosis with him and he said, come in, assess your results and see if you're a candidate for a water fast. So he said, Yvonne, I think you're ready for a water fast. I was so paid up and I'm like, how soon can you get me in? And I did my first water fast at the end of 2014, and I did a 21-day water fast. They have a very specific personalized protocol for each patient depending on their health condition. So personally, it was 3 days of very low caloric and low intensity vegetables. So it consists of broths and steamed zucchinis and steamed vegetables because your whole stomach's digestive system has to be clean before you start your water fast. You have to check in because it is monitored by your doctors. They're there, they see you twice a day. But it was the best time of my life when I was water fasting. Some people don't have the same experience, but mine was incredibly uplifting and utopia. I felt very energetic. A lot of people don't feel the energy. On the contrary, I had a boost of energy, very clear-minded. My body felt great, and obviously I was losing all the weight that I had on my body, extra weight and extra fat, and obviously also detoxifying as well. I think my body was thanking me for doing this. And initially I had planned for a shorter water fast, but during my, I think it was the 13th or 14th day when I was pretty close to concluding my water fast, there was someone who also healed from water fast there and shared her testimony with me. And she said that during the 13th, 14th day of her water fast, she started feeling improvements. And so did I. I would try to palpate the tumors and I felt smaller and also softer. Before, you did feel that it was like a hard surface, but then they got softer. I got really excited, and when the round of doctors came to check on me, I asked if I could extend my water fast. There's a few marks that they have to assess, which they did. They approved me to extend my water fast, and that's why I did a 21-day water fast. Naturally, your body wants to consume the calories to keep it going, and you might have cravings. But I was just too excited to heal. So my focus was healing, and from the first day to the first hour at True North, that's all I could think of, healing. So I think nothing could bring me down or stop me or any pain or anything. So I think I just kind of blocked it and it went well. The first 3 days are the hardest. Some friends that I made at the clinic did have a more difficult time. I think it's a mindset. We have to say, I'm going to win or I'm going to fail. And I was very determined to win. So nothing could really stop me. And I never felt tired or fatigued. I always had energy. I loved attending their classes. They have 2 or 3 classes a day and like a food demonstration. So after my water fast, then my testimony was posted at the True North Health Center website. I immediately went back to 2 doctors monitoring my health, one at Stanford Medical Center and the other one at another oncologist clinic. And I had a CT scan and they were surprised, but they did not want to admit that the tumors had reduced due to my water fast. But I'm like, how can you explain me not eating for 21 days, detoxing, eating the right food, taking care of my body, resting, and these tumors reducing? So I was pretty excited. Really, my mission was not to convert anyone. My mission was to heal. I mentioned it to them. I think they knew deep down inside that this had worked, but they didn't want to admit it. And I was fine with that. As long as they could sign my waivers for medical leave for work, I was fine. That was actually what I wanted. And after that, of course, I followed a very strict SOS diet, which is salt, oil, and sugar-free and based. In 2017, I went back for another day water fast just because I didn't have enough time with work, and I did 19 days. And after that, my tumors went away. I got a call from the lab, and I actually was in the car driving, picking up my kids after school, and the Bluetooth went on, and I was afraid of what they were going to say because my kids were in the car. But the nurse said, oh, there's no evidence of your situation. And one of my children started crying, and I didn't realize how much it affected them. And it was really impactful, and it was a joyous day. So between 2014 and 2017, I was in these 2 clinics every 3 months each. So I was being monitored, and I would have CT scans and PET scans. And every time the tumors would reduce and reduce more and reduce more. So I really wanted to go back in 2017 because I felt like by doing a last fast or another fast, they were going to go away. And sure enough, it worked. So anything more than 7 days, I think, can significantly impact your health. I mean, 7 days is great, but more than that, it can give great benefits. I never had any chemo, radiation, no Western medicine involved at all. It was very clear that the healing was the result of me changing my diet and doing the water fast and making life changes as well.